We'd sort of not had much luck here, right, and thought, let's go over to Lanzarote, buy some vans, right, get people in it, we'll do a tour of the island. And whenever someone asks the question, like, what year did the volcano happen? They go, well, we'll take you to the visitor centres, you can read about it there. So they never actually answered anything, right? So they were useless. But one of the things that they told us was that Planet of the Apes was filmed in Lanzarote.
Right, okay.
Right?
That makes sense.
A bit of it. Well, does it?
Does it make sense? Well, what do you mean,
maybe it wasn't. Okay, anyway.
No, I mean, if they wanted to show sort of an barren, sort of post-apocalyptic sort of subject, choose where you went on holiday.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, but when we were there, he took us to this sort of beach, and I said, is this where they did it? And he was like, yeah. I said, what, right there, yeah. And I watched it, and I couldn't see where I was.
Yeah, you know that if you watch a film from 1968 and you've been to the same place, you're not going to feature. They're not going to see you in the back walking along the beach.
It's a new one, new Planet of the Apes.
Oh, the recent Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah. Right. So I thought I'd sort of.
Now that sounds a little bit more far-fetched. I'd have thought that was probably a lot in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, is this the current Planet of the Apes or the old one you've done?
Current Planet of the Apes.
This is the recent one.
All right. There'll be a question at the end of it, so listen on that.
Is this entertaining to anyone, this? I mean, just take the last 4 minutes of conversation.
But seriously, Rick, who cares?
I don't.
Do you?
No.
I don't.
DVD's selling well.
Exactly, what do I care?
Right, come on, F.
All right, so Planet of the Apes, question at the end of it, listen and win some stuff. All right?
Hey, where am I? What is this place? Hang on a minute, I'll have a look. According to the Lanzarote guide, we've been dropped off at the volcano bit. Apparently there's 36 volcanoes here to be seen.
I hope you don't mind my saying, but this is a waste of time.
What do you mean? Don't know why they need 36 volcanoes. Just keep one. Fill the rest in. Like a car park or something. Excuse me, guide. Why's the bus drops us off here? What's so special about this place?
Well, according to our holy writings, that is where creation began, where the Almighty breathed life in the time before time.
It's amazing that, isn't it? All this has been studied for years and years. What about the coffee shop there? Is that old, is it? Well, nothing. You're out to rip us off. The rate's about £4 for a coffee there. Always ripping people off. That's what annoys me with these trips. You get us in the middle of nowhere, we die of thirst. I'm not able to do without. The reason I've come here, I believe this is where they did Planet of the Apes, isn't it? Love monkeys. Especially the ones in Planet of the Apes, because they talk and that.
Talking monkeys can't exist.
You're joking, aren't you? Of course they can. Getting up to all sorts of stuff. I read about a monkey the other day who worked on the railway. Right? There was another one about a chimp that did a bank job and went off to Spain to sort of...
Shut up! What is that?
Little monkey fella. It's come from that little coffee shop. It's been serving coffee. Now that is worth paying £4 for.
No, you're teasing him.
I'm not teasing it. It's working, isn't it? It's serving the... We want some coffee. Get some coffee. I've heard about this. You can buy coffee that's been sort of hand-picked by monkeys. It's like Coffee Mate, except it's more sort of coffee primate. Yeah? Hello, little fella. We want coffee.
What do you mean, we?
You're going to have a coffee, aren't you? What else are you going to do? Go and look at another 35 volcanoes? I'm staying here. I'm having a monkey coffee. It's brilliant.
You find this amusing?
Jesus, it's a talking monkey. Right, mate. Have a couple of coffees.
Don't start now. We're off duty. I'm stopped.
What do you mean you're off duty? Have you bananas later? Just get us a couple of coffees. Alright. I understand that you're tired and you've probably been on your hands all day. Just forget the coffee. You go and get some lunch. After you've got some coach, you lazy ass.
You damn human!
Lovely. Excellent. So, what's the question?
If you've been listening to the whole show, how many volcanoes do I think's on the island of Lanzarote?
Okay.
Yeah.
I might have it wrong, what I've been saying, but it's roughly around that.
Yeah, so what have you been saying? Yeah. Brilliant.
Ricky.Gervais at xfm.co.uk. You're more likely to win the prize if you leave your address on the email.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we can't really be bothered to phone people or email them back. So,
Good point.
Put your address on there and you could win some crap.
In a jiffy bag. Carl's theme tune there, I can see where. Special Needs on XFM 104.9. New Year's resolution, Carl?
I don't know. I don't do it. Really?
So what about something like, I don't know, start smoking? Do you know, there must be something.
No, it's a waste of time, isn't it? Don't bother with that.
Huh?
You see?
Me, no, I've never really made any New Year's resolutions. I just be good to people. Just treat everyone as you want to be treated yourself. Give to charity. Hate crime, racism, famine, sexism.
I know you're going to keep to all those, except the give to charity. That's me and Carl find that a little bit hard to believe.
Never gonna happen. Well, you've always got to break at least one of your New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, I think I'll be nice to Carl. What about learn more? I was thinking that. I want to learn
always
more.
teaching stuff.
I watched. I'll tell you what, Christmas telly was dreadful this year. I don't know if I've hit that age where I think, but I think consciously I thought this is worse than usual.
Yeah.
And I ended up watching Discovery Channel, History Channel again, and I watched 4 episodes in a row of this fantastic documentary, 1418 War, narrated by Dame Judi Dench. And it's brilliant. I just can't get enough of it. I hated history at school, and now I want to know everything.
Yeah.
And I think that's mine. Learn all the stuff about stuff.
I like learning now. I always say that to you. I'm always looking up stuff. When I was on holiday, even though it was sunny outside and they had big holes to look at if I wanted to, I stayed in and watched Discovery there and was watching stuff about scorpions and that.
Yeah. What did you learn?
Well, nothing, because it was all in Spanish. But I just watched it. What I found out, right?
El scorpion, what
I don't understand is with scorpions, right? They have like this sort of weapons, don't they? They have the poison and stuff, right? Which can kill a man.
Yeah.
But there was a couple of little animals and that were its sort of enemy, and it stung them, and it didn't kill them. So what's the point?
Well, firstly, not all scorpions kill a man. Some of them,
this one did.
Yeah, well, they range from like bee stings to so much venom it can take down a horse on things like spiders and snakes and scorpions. So it depends. But a scorpion that will kill a man would kill a rabbit. So I don't know what you're talking about.
No, there was a snake that it stuck its thing into, and some sort of beaver, and they were just like running about.
There's nothing funny about that, so why are we laughing?
Well, the snake wasn't running about, was it?
Well, it's slithering about a bit.
Yeah. What was the beaver doing when the snake?
It just sort of, I think it ate it in the end.
What? Ate what?
Ate the scorpion. Just wandered off.
Well, it wasn't a beaver. There's no way it was a beaver.
All right, an otter.
This is what you pieced together from a show in Spanish.
I'm just saying though, how come it can't kill something that small, yet there's someone on holiday that's no sort of danger to that scorpion. We're not going to harm it, right? And yet it can kill a man.
So you say, but I don't believe it.
Shut up, mate. Seriously, this is gobbledygook.
Taught you something again though. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
what have you taught us though? What is that? What is the fact that's come out of that? A scorpion can kill a man, but the beaver was dancing with a snake, then it ate it.
You do that
That's
all
not
the
a
time,
fact.
though.
That's not a fact.
New Year's Eve taught him something, right, about dead people.
No, you know what it is that taught me? I was saying you're talking shite. He says they found out your soul weighs an ounce.
Your soul?
Yeah. Your soul weighs an ounce.
Right, who found this out?
I read it.
Your arsehole weighs an ounce.
Yeah.
There's no such thing. A soul weighs an ounce. You're talking drivel.
Have you got any monkey names?
So what do? They weighed someone who was alive, and they will wait for you to die, then weigh you again.
There was someone
Now you've lost an ounce. Your soul must be your soul shooting off to heaven.
It was someone who was really ill, and they said, we can't do anything for you here, but we've got a bit of an idea that we want to do. Stuck him on some scales. They said, right, you weigh 9 pounds an ounce or whatever, because he was wasting away. He died, 9 pounds. Right?
Fine, well that's proof we needed.
Talking shite.
Monkey news, we might as well leave it.
Now, come on.
No, go on, tell Monkey News.
No, it's nothing that great, really.
Is it worth playing the jingle? Quickly.
Go on then.
Oh, chimpanzees up, Monkey News.
Right, it's about a monkey.
2004.
It's about this woman monkey who was born in 1834. Right? Half monkey, half woman.
No, not true.
It happened, apparently.
Impossible.
It was in the Daily Mail. Right?
Okay.
The Victorian ape woman was her name.
Yeah, I christened this thing Victorian Ape Woman. Well, we thought Sandra. No, I'm calling it Victorian Ape Woman.
She was about 4 foot.
No, didn't happen.
She had lovely thick black hair on her head and on the back of her legs. And on her arms.
Yeah.
Alright.
So stockings.
Let's have a look.
And she didn't need a bustle because of a huge ape-like arse sticking out the back of her dress.
She was good at reading and sewing.
Well, good because they didn't have opposable thumbs. So
she could speak 3 languages.
yes,
She was
human, monkey, and monkey human.
20 offers of marriage. Does that annoy you, Steve?
Absolute twaddle.
Alright, well,
But more rubbish than your soul weighing an ounce.
Let's
A
leave it there.
Victorian monkey
Let's leave it there,
woman.
then.
See you next week with some more twaddle.
I was worried we wouldn't have the old magic in 2004.
I
We're still talking shit. Merry New Year.
Snow Patrol and Run on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais. With me is Stephen Merchant and Karl Pilkington. So that's 3 for 1. I don't know. All right.
Exciting.
News. Breaking news is that there's only 2 more weeks of us before we have to go away on a little extended break again. So can't give any more details yet. We don't know when we can come back because we don't know what we're doing. We're going to America. We're doing the Golden Globes, and then we're going to watch the Office pilot being filmed.
Yes.
And then we've got bits. I'm doing a bit of a tour, so it'll be sort of the summer times probably.
Yeah.
I'm saying it like they care.
Oh, they do.
Do you know what I mean? I sometimes think that because you think, oh, you don't want to let down the people, you want to keep it consistent, you want to give, but really, I know I like doing this more than anyone listening.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
I love coming in, I love squeezing Carl's head,
Yeah.
I love playing some records, you know, I like sort of sitting in the room with you, I know you love it.
Oh.
I can't
I
wait.
can't think of anything else I'd rather be doing on a Saturday.
Yeah, so we've got our Saturdays back though.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, my alarm went off today and I was a bit tired because we had a couple of drinks last night, didn't we?
Last night, yeah.
We had, we're party animals. I've been looking for an office this week, as you know, and it's so stressful. Just walking around, just talking to agents and... right, okay. So my method is this, right? I walk around the area that I want to be officing because I don't want to hear anything else. I don't want to, you know what I mean? So I walk around... to be fair, it is about a square 500 yards.
Yeah.
Right? It's sort
Your
of...
house is in the centre.
Yeah. And so I walk around and look at placards. I go, that's a nice office, and I phone them up. There's loads of different people I'm dealing with, right? And they went, oh, we got one in so-and-so street. I think it was 5th Street or something like that. I went, oh yeah, I went along to... I'll see you there in 20 minutes. I got there. You were there, if you remember. I looked round and I said to Steve, it looks all right. There's no pawn shops or anything like that, right? And Steve went, well, it is next to a brothel. And I looked, and there on the next thing, like, you know, model, 1st floor, Susie, 03. I was like, oh, and I phoned him and I said, do you know what? Don't bother coming here. No, I said, no, I said, because it's next to a brothel. He went, yeah. I went, right, okay. Just for future reference, I don't want an office literally next to a brothel, right? When I go to work, I don't want to walk past prostitutes. Call me old-fashioned.
Yeah,
right?
as you're going into work, there's a prostitute.
Yeah.
Morning.
Oh, I just got a cappuccino. Yeah, Starbucks, yeah. Business good? Yeah, it's a bit slow at the moment. It picks up later this evening, does it really? Good. And I said to him, I've got so my New Year's resolution is being like a little fascist when it comes to business. And I said, also future reference, no crack dens and no wild animals in the porch. And I just can't believe it. There's always something wrong. We went to one, right? We got there, right? And a woman said, oh, I'm nowhere. She didn't know what keys she was using. And she went, it's the 3rd floor. And she went, there's no point, we won't both get in the lift. I went, right, will you get a desk in the lift? Right, she went, I've got a chair in the lift before. Brilliant. So, just find me an office, Rathbone Place, sort of Percy Street, Charlotte Street, Dean Street.
Yeah.
First or second floor.
I'm worried we're going to get emails from estate agents, phone calls from them. You know what those people are like.
I don't look at the emails.
True. Fair enough.
So, play a record. Joe Jackson, difference for girls.
He's not in the charts anymore.
I can't believe it.
Unbelievable. You were talking about renting an office. I'm a little bit intimidated because I'm just at the moment thinking about trying to buy a flat. Sure. Because I'm just tired of pissing money down the drain.
I know. Yeah.
And but I'm really petrified. I've put it off because I'm really gullible. When I'm confronted with anyone in a suit who sort of knows what they're talking about, they can sell me anything. I'm intimidated. It's like, you know how you're supposed to go in there and you're supposed to sort of act like you're the guy with the money, this is what I want, this is what no. But I go in there and it's like I'm afraid they're going to say, clear off, I don't want to sell your house. I'm not interested.
Have you ever thought of like really putting on sort of like some sort of cool air? Like, sort of like kicking the door and going, what was that? Is it like, you'd be found out in 30 seconds, wouldn't you?
Exactly.
You'd go in there, you'd stub your toe, and they go, what do you think? I've got your toe, I've got your toe.
Exactly, yeah.
Brilliant.
Just tapping the walls.
Yeah, tapping the wall. What's the rate? What rate? I don't know.
Well, do you remember, I don't know if I told you before, I wanted to buy a laptop computer, and everyone said, got Tottenham Court Road, and I was reading like magazines and stuff, they were saying haggle, make sure you haggle, make sure you're planning to haggle, get the best deal you can. And I found a shop which was selling the computer I wanted, and I went in there, and I had this whole plan in my mind of what was going to happen. He was going to say, like, it's worth this. I'm going to go, well, look, I can get it cheaper here. I want to buy it from you. I'm going to haggle. And off I went. So I went in the shop, and I said, yeah, looking through this, interested in this Toshiba. How much is it? He went, it's 1,500 quid. I went, sure. Okay. I said, I'll give you 1,300. He went, it's 1,500. And I said, sure, but I'm willing to give you 1,300. He went, 1,500. And I was done already because he hadn't even begun to haggle. And I was assuming he'd at least go 1,400 and we could start, but no. So now I was screwed. My whole plan went out the window.
Well, you just leave.
No, I said to him, the thing is, I can get this computer cheaper down the road, but, I like what you're providing me, I like your service. I've had good stuff about you. It was amazing. I said, I've heard good stuff about you. And he went, I said, seriously, I can walk down the street, I can buy it there for cheap for like 1,400. And he went, well, see you later then. And I was like, right. So I walked out the place. I said, well, I'm going to have to leave then. And I walked out the place, and of course I wanted to get it from there because it was still the cheapest, so I had to walk back in again. I went, yeah. I've just had some second thoughts. Listen, I'll tell you what, I'll pay the 1,500. Can I get a free carry case? He went, the carry case is free anyway. I said, I'll take it.
I got nothing. No, but how much would you charge for that if it was on sale? Carry case a tenner. Well, let's just say it is a tenner. Give it to me for free. And he went, no, it's a tenner. And he went, well, you said it was free a minute.
Yeah. It's just pathetic.
That's lovely.
It's having to walk out making a big statement and then come back in again.
Oh dear.
So I'm really scared. I feel like I need someone to come with me and do all the talking. Know what they're talking about. Because I'm not going to be able to tell if there's subsidence or if there's damp or...
No, but you don't do that.
Don't I? Is that not my responsibility?
No, you get a survey done.
Sure.
And they charge for that, and then you don't have to go around doing it yourself.
Right. Could I make a statement if I did it myself?
Yeah, this should be alright.
Yeah.
This is holding wall, Steve. Yeah, but what's the hole in the wall?
Put some newspaper
in
over that.
Chaucer's day, that was the toilet. That'll be fine. Carl, you're a second-time buyer, aren't you?
Bought one in Manchester. Lost £7,000 on that one.
Well, don't buy in Manchester.
No, it's a good flat. It's just it wasn't. I didn't buy it to sort of make money. I thought I was going to be living there like all my life. And then a job came up there, and it was like, oh.
You bought your first flat in Manchester. You assumed you would be living there for the rest of your life.
Well, I wasn't in a rush.
Play record. You're an idiot.
Hang on a minute. So have you got a property portfolio? Have you got the 2 houses now?
No, I've got rid of that one.
Oh, you sold that one?
Got this flat.
£7,000
Got this flat. I'll tell you something that is interesting.
Hold on, though.
What?
£7,000 lost.
Yeah.
It is a flat in Manchester, but it could only cost about £8,000 anyway.
Right, Steve, something they do now, right, they've got to do by law when you're buying, right? I was looking at one in London, right? It's haunted. They've got to tell you now.
Right, don't talk shit.
I'm telling you
Play
now.
Record.
I'm telling you now.
Yeah. There's no such thing as ghosts. That is ridiculous if that appears on a legal document.
Right, if there's anyone who sells flats and that, does that for a living.
Yeah.
Right, email in, because I'm telling you now, that is a fact. She sort of dropped it in. I said, nice feel there. And she said, yeah, well, that'll be the ghost. Just dropped it in, that's all we've got to do. And then I was like, what? And I went, oh yeah.
That's what I've got to do, is it? So that's the legal thing. When you drop it in, so in court you go to drop it in. Yeah, I dropped it in. Play a record, you're an idiot. That's David Gray. This year's love, if you're in love. I hope it lasts. It's only January. What you got for us?
I just thought we ought to maybe go through some of the emails. I mean, I don't want to query the calibre of some of the emails we get sent on this show, but here's a typical one, Rick. There's no name, it's just from Glicko, that's his email address. That's just a question to you, Rick. Did I see you walking around Marylebone High Street last Sunday?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
I was in Marylebone High Street last Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, but did you see Glicko?
I didn't see Glicks. I didn't see the Glickster.
Alright, this is one from M. Ricky, what do you think of Richard Bacon's show? I can't decide if he's better than you.
Nor can I.
Any thoughts?
Nor can I. I can't help her out on that one.
Sure.
That's a really personal thing. She's got to dig deep. She's got to look at both of us. She's got to find out what she likes.
Yeah.
And then whether I provide more of that than Baker's.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Baker Foyle's brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put myself up against him, so I can't help you. Next, Steve, next.
Well, there's a lot of emails last week which were saying how much they enjoyed the Christmas specials. Thank you very much for that. It's very flattering of you.
Cheers.
There was also a couple... There was one, it was a guy, I'm sorry that I think I might have deleted it, but I should have said a reply, because there was a guy from Canada saying if there any chance you're around in March, whether you could pop in and have a surprise birthday dinner for his wife.
Oh, God, why do you keep that?
I
can't write it down now, can I, you idiot?
So,
Okay.
I really apologise for that.
Yeah.
There's also, this is interesting, this is more for Carl really. It seems unlikely.
Is it from a doctor saying you're an idiot?
We've got plenty of those, I tend to delete them.
Okay, alright, yeah. Look at his face.
No, it just says, don't like to complain, but I won the film competition about 5 or 6 weeks ago, and I haven't received my prizes.
Oh dear, that's all Carl has to do on the show. We provide the chat, the records, the light entertainment. I mean,
the glamour.
Strokes of comedy genius. All Carl has to do is send out the prizes and say there was a monkey that was a bank robber at 5 to 3.
What's your excuse, Carl?
Do you remember her winning? I've got all.
Well, you calling her a liar?
Well, I am, because I don't remember ever seeing.
Right, he's calling her a liar.
So Joanne Ogden, you're claiming he's just making this up. She sent this in on a whim, trying to fool us and get some cheap tat.
Wow.
I don't believe that. I don't believe anyone would lie to try and get Knowing Me, Knowing You on VHS. I really don't.
Well, I'll look in the records because we keep all the details, so... You know what I mean?
Right. Well, one of you's in the wrong, and do you know what? Knowing you, Carl, I don't think it's Joanne.
No.
Has anyone else ever emailed in saying they haven't got the bag of trap? No, they haven't. They haven't.
Well, yeah, one mistake's one too far, because that's one person. So, you might send out 30, but that one person, that's the first time they've won a competition. They want the history of Wind, narrated by Donald McIntyre on VHS.
Yeah.
And,
Stephen King's It on Betamax.
Yeah. No, sometimes they want the best of Primal Scream on a cassette. So,
You've got to make sure you're sending these prizes out. Final email from Andy. He says, the webcam is pointing at the ceiling. Is it because the air conditioning vent is more exciting than what happens on the show?
Let's put that down now.
That's absolutely right.
Now, just if someone... Is that good?
People love the webcam. I don't know what they're interested in, because all I get is a picture of Carl's big head.
It's not big, it's just round.
Oh.
Get it right.
Yeah.
Carl, I'd like you to play the next tune. I got sent a little cheeky primer for the Cure's Join the Dots. It's B-sides and rarities, lots of stuff from them, from all over the ages. And it's amazing how good their B-sides are. Here's one of them playing. And that's called A Man Inside My Mouth, which was the B-side to Close to Me. There's nothing amusing about that, Rich. I don't know why you're laughing.
Well,
it's called A Man Inside My Mouth.
Yeah, I know.
And that's fine.
Yeah, it's like, the little man inside your head.
Yeah. If there's a man wants to be inside anyone's mouth, that's good, good luck to him. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. But I agree.
Yeah.
Carl, do you agree with that?
What man in your head? What does that mean?
Brilliant.
Extraordinary.
Doesn't even understand schoolboy carry-on innuendo. I know the fact that the play on words is 2 farthing. What does he mean unsightly erection? And what? What do you mean dumpling?
Look for no creases and that, and I was a bit paranoid with my bed. Just with the duvet and that. I used to...
Duvets? They have duvets?
Well, I don't know, but just making the bed pride in appearance of the bedroom.
Yeah, it's all about discipline.
Once
I
made it, no one could sit on it. I used to get all stressed out and feel sick if someone came in and sat on my bed after I'd made it. So don't be coming in. And it was annoying because that's where the CD was. So everyone used to come in, so I would go on the CD and sit on my bed. I'd be going, don't sit on my bed. Made it.
Right.
Why do you used to feel sick?
It was a bit of a thing. I just didn't like it. It's like I've gone to the trouble of making it. Why don't you just come in and sat on it? I wouldn't have made it.
Yeah, but hold on though. You do that in the army. Sergeant Major comes in and goes, "Go in," and he does it for a laugh. He turns over your bed. He pulls out your locker. He gobs on your shoes. Right? He goes, "Start again, you can." What are you gonna do? Gonna be sick? No, you're gonna go, "Yes, Sergeant Major, I'm gonna start again."
No, I'd say, why did you do that? I'm missing home as it is. I'm stressed out. I'm just trying to make me surroundings as nice as possible.
Teddy's on the floor.
You keep coming in and messing with it. Can you not do that?
Who are you talking to, you little bold gun?
Maybe my dad's right then. Because he said that, my dad sort of said the bed making's alright. He said, but you're not that good with laces.
Wow, did you have to tie your laces?
Well, I just never been that good. I can tie them, but they never sort of stay tied for a long time.
I have never seen him tie his laces. I've realised that. He always comes in. Does Suzanne do them for
Is he a little mank, one of those little mank trainers where they're all tucked in, where you don't see the laces?
I tend to just get a good knot on them and then just leave them and kick them off, and then they're tied permanent.
So you've got slip-on laced-up shoes, basically?
Yeah, I don't like laces. I don't understand why laces are good anyway when you're in the army, especially with boots. You have boots with like about 60 holes in them. If you're in a rush, if you're in bed, you get out of the bed, you make the bed, the sergeant comes in, rips it apart again, he's going, there's a war, and you go, stop messing with the bed. And then I'm there trying to put my boots on, you've got 60 laces. I don't understand why Velcro hasn't been used. Velcro is ideal for a war situation. You're in bed, siren goes off, you jump out. Why do you want boots with loads of laces?
Well, that's a thought for the...
If there's any top brass listening. How would you cope, Carl, in a war situation? Ignore the mechanics of being a soldier. I'm talking about the fear. I mean, these men and women are brave beyond compare. Constantly under duress.
I was told he had good pain threshold.
By whom?
A woman at that face rub place I went to.
Right.
She, because they ask you when you go in. She said, what's your pain threshold like? I said, I don't know, I'll avoid it. She was going, yeah, but, would you say you're very, very good, medium, or bad?
I can't imagine you getting hurt much because the signals to the brain, you've got, it's dulled, isn't it, with you? So you don't really...
Yeah, but then Suzanne always moans at me when I'm going, oh, God, my wisdom teeth are aching. She's going, oh, shut up.
She's saying, you haven't got any wisdom teeth, you don't.
No, she just always goes, I had it, and I didn't make a fuss, but it's one of them things that you can't get through to people, pain, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they don't know what your pain threshold is. So like I say, I've got brilliant pain threshold. I'm saying my tooth's hurting. She's saying, oh, shut up. But she doesn't know. I think I've talked about it before about giving someone the pain that you've got. So you go, there, have a feel of that. I'm in agony here.
Yeah, but you've made it up that you've got a high pain threshold. This is not scientifically
No, the woman told me.
Well, does she know?
Because I haven't got to it yet. When I had the face rub, she was sticking electric into my head. And she was going...
What sort of place is this? This wasn't a spa?
No, it was. It's what they do now.
Jesus Christ!
Well, she I don't know, so she just plugged something into the mains?
She plugged something in and rolled it.
Did she have an assistant called Igor? Was it in a castle in Bavaria?
She plugged this thing in, rolled it over my head, and said, is that hurting? I was going, no. She went, all right. And she said, and then by the end of it, she said, look at that, I had that on full. I said, what is it? She said, it's an electric current. That does something. I was going, really?
That does something. She's a scientist.
And, she said, no, when you fill out that form, just put you really good at pain threshold.
Put you really good at pain. You're going to come again? Well, yeah, 50 quid. Let's try it on your testicles next time.
So,
Sorry, how is this? What was this supposed to be achieving?
It was why
you've gone in for a facial and she's tested out what your pain threshold is?
That's what I said. I said, hang on a minute, what do you mean? It's supposed to be relaxing this.
Yeah.
You normally have whale noises happening. Yeah. And now it's going to be me screaming. She said, no, it's just, we have to ask, we have to make sure, because there is a bit of pain. Heat. There's heat into these hot cloths.
Thumb screws. Let's get the thumb screws out now.
And plus all that kidney stone pain that I
But
had.
you just were in agony when you had the kidney stones. I don't remember you having this triumphant threshold. You gave up instantly.
Yeah,
because you have to get seen. If I go in there and I'm going, I'm in agony, and they go, you don't look like you're in agony. I'd be at the back of the queue. So you have to go in and go, and they're going, quick, get him in. So pain threshold is good for yourself, but it's not good for other people.
So you were bullshitting? You didn't feel pain at all?
I was in agony, but I can hold it off. I can sit there and be quiet and have a sweat on. But if you do that in a hospital waiting room, it'll be the little div who's coming with a pan on his head, who's screaming and saying his head's throbbing. That's what I'm saying. So to get seen, you have to put it on. It's like a baby crying. There's nothing wrong with it. Is he crying for? He's probably hungry. Well, I'm hungry. I'm not crying. But that's what they use, isn't it, to get attention.
So you're braver than a baby, is what you're saying. You're braver than a baby. That's all we've established here.
In some cases, not in
when
others.
You fill out the form.
Not in others. Sometimes babies are braver. When are babies braver?
You can chuck them in a pool and they don't panic.
Sorry, will you leave my baby alone? No, I'm doing an experiment. Mr. Pilkington, will you stop throwing children in the pool?
No, babies.
You're barred from this swimming pool from now on.
I mean babies. It's the same way you can chuck one out of a window and it can land and it won't break its back.
No, that's not true.
Do not do that. If you are a maniac,
you
listening to
cannot
this.
throw a baby out of a window.
That's just what
Who do you hear that? You're thinking of a cat. And don't throw cats out. Don't throw any living thing out of a window.
You can't throw a baby out of the window and it won't break its back. What are you talking about?
No, it's just there's a certain height. It's all about us tensing up. We tense up, don't we? It's like how once somebody fell out of a plane, they passed out, and because they passed out when they landed, they were relaxed. They woke up, they were like, oh yeah, what happened then?
Someone fell out of a plane. That's bollocks.
It's not, honestly.
How far out was the plane?
Oh, high up. It's a plane, isn't it?
Well, what's the lowest height that a plane could be at?
Even if it was at 30 feet, that's a height, isn't it, to fall without...
Yeah, exactly. But if
was the plane just on the runway?
No, it was iron up. It was iron up enough.
Is this where you went for the holiday? We're going to Iron enough. Fuck me. Can't even talk.
So yeah, pain threshold. I'm very good at it.
So would you say you've ever been brave? Because I was thinking before we did this, I can't think of a time when I've ever been brave. I don't think I've been cowardly. I've just never been in a situation where I needed to be brave, particularly. I've always managed to avoid fights, conflicts.
Yeah.
See, when I was in Salford, I'd nipped to Greggs to get past him. I heard some bells going off. I came out, just thought, I don't know what that is. Went over to the car, sort of thinking, I can't wait to have this past him when I get home. Cup of tea, nice cup of tea, maybe a bit of bread.
I love the fact that his head was just filled with food because he was buying food and thinking food. When he's eating, I'm thinking I'm eating food. Just one big globular mess of food cells in his head for the duration of the food experience.
I can remember that food thought going on now, and it was probably like 15 years ago. But I remember how happy I was. I'm out at the Greggs, I've got what I want, I'm on my way home, this pie's hot, it's going to be hot when I get home, it's going to be a nice cup of tea, bread.
These are the things you save, and yet you forget really important facts.
Yeah, he doesn't know why wars are happening, but he does remember this.
Yeah. Listen, this is why I remember it. Like I said, you forgot the bit that I said, a bell going off. I don't know what's going on. I'm walking over the road, put the key in the car, turn round, bloke comes running out the post office, obviously the bell's gone off, he's got a big shotgun, balaclava on, and he stops and looks at me. He's there with a big gun in his hand, and he's looking at me. And I wasn't scared. I just was thinking, does he want me pie? I remember thinking, if he said, I want that, I'd have to give it up.
So a man with a gun.
I told Suzanne, she said, no, he's probably thinking about nicking your car. He's got.
Well, he didn't have a car ready. He came.
No,
he had the
it.
balaclava. He had the balaclava, the gun. He goes, fuck me, I forgot the car.
In the end, he sort of ran off down the back alley.
I love the fact that he looked over at you for a split second and you thought he might be interested in your
Was
pie.
there other people around? Were you sure this happened and you weren't reading a comic book?
No, it happened.
And so he looked you in the face. He saw
through
you.
his balaclava, he made eye contact. I looked at him. Everything sort of stopped for a minute, and then he just sort of legged it off down the back alley.
And what did you say to the police when you obviously were?
I just went.
Were you a witness to the crime?
Have me pie. Like I said, it was warm. It's not going to stay warm forever, is it?
But when it was on Crime Watch a few weeks later,
No, it wasn't. That's what was weird. I said to Suzanne, let's watch like Ground Reports tonight, see if I'm on the telly or anything. Nothing. Didn't even get reported.
Why would you be on the telly if you just ran
didn't say CCTV or something like that. If I was involved in it, they went, this happened today in Salford, outside Greggs. are you this man with the pie? I wanted to make sure I was well out of this one. Because Suzanne sort of said, oh, should you get involved? But you shouldn't get involved, because then I'm at threat, I'm at risk, aren't I? Nobody was killed.
Well, we're back to bravery again, aren't we?
Yeah, it is bravery.
Go on then.
Next door but one, there's a fella there. He likes a drink. He came home late one night, banging on the door. Obviously forgot his key. He was trying to kick the door in. I looked out the window, and he was out thinking someone's breaking in. Right? I see it's him. I saw all the curtains twitching. He just went back to bed. Now I kept an eye on him. He kicked so hard, he fell back, dropped his curry, landed in the road.
Dropped his curry!
Right.
Oh God, why didn't he get a pie from Greg's? Because that lands and it's still fine.
So, anyway, he passes out.
Right.
Curry all over the shop.
Yeah.
Head in the road. Cars come down that road.
Yeah.
Sometimes pretty fast.
Yeah.
It's night time. You get his head squashed.
Yeah.
Like I said, curtains are still a-twitching, no one's a-helping. I go out there and I go, you alright? You alright? And he's totally off his head. He's obviously had a right skinful. He's going, oh, where am I? I'm going, you're outside your house, but you've got to get off the road because you're going to get squashed. So he's like, oh, and he could hardly move, so I sort of picked him up, sat him on the pavement, sort of picked up the curry and stuff. Suzanne came out, what's going on? I said, look at him, he's in a right state. Anyway, he's sort of coming round a little bit. In the end, I said, where's your keys? Got him in his house, job done.
But that's not bravery. There was no threat to you. It's just put yourself out of it for 2 minutes.
It is bravery because he's out of his head. He could have thought I was attacking him. He could have swung at me. Now, the good thing is...
He's lying in the road, unconscious, covered in curry. This is not a threat.
It is a threat. I'm out on the street late at night. Someone could have come around the corner and thought I was mugging him. And then they attacked me.
Why would they attack you? They take
because they think, what are you doing? People don't ask questions because you're not allowed to. Like with the sergeant, they chip in straight away. I know what's going on here. No, you don't. You don't know the full story. He's pissed off and there's curry all over it. It isn't blood. It's masala. You hear about this all the time, misunderstandings. Now, I helped him. The day after, he remembers, he comes round and he gave me some mincemeat that he had left over.
I love this! Where do you live? This is amazing! Oh my God!
So the thing is, it goes to show that I put myself out, he appreciated it, he said, you're right, you know, the way cars come round here, I'd had a bit of a week, you know, I'd had a lot to drink, good on you. Now, no one else chips in. Now, it is bravery, kind of. Because no one else went out there and helped. You didn't even know about that. It's only because you just asked. It was ages ago. I don't shout about it. I don't want an award. Have a go hero. I don't want any of that. I just didn't
There's no have a go hero about it. Did you take the mincemeat?
Yeah, I did, yeah. It was good stuff.
Yeah. It's better than award in a way, isn't it?
I told him that. So, it depends. I think there's different ways.
Got mincemeat! I love that!
I was saved by a bold man. Slaughter my finest pig, mince the meat, and send it to him.
What about phrases from the war days? What about things like careless talk costs lives? What do you make of that?
Careless talk. I suppose just busy chatting in a trench rather than out there.
It doesn't mean that!
Have another go. Careless talk costs lives. They used to have posters up all over London and other cities.
Careless talk costs lives.
There was another one, there's another saying that means the saying that might give you a clue. The walls have ears.
Yeah, but that just means don't be slagging someone off because someone will hear it, pass it on, and then they'll end up fighting their own instead of who they should be fighting.
Well, no, you're almost there, but think about what you mean.
It's not about gossip, it's not about...
But in a way it is, but it's very specific gossip.
Much more important, tit and tattle.
Careless whispers.
No, that's George Michael.
Say again, what's the first one again?
Careless talk costs lives.
I don't know, I imagine it being like
Don't go shooting your mouth off about things you know about the war effort, because there might be a German spy in the pub, disguised as a barmaid. Oh, you're lovely, Tracy's going, yeah, I'm Karl. What do you know about the war?
That's true, that does happen. I remember my brother being in the army, he had the same thing. He was told not to, because he liked the women and that, and he was told, listen.
One of them might be a German spy?
Yeah. He said, don't be going out with German women, because they're quite muscly. And
could be a man.
There'll be a gang of them, and they'll do you in.
Sorry, your brother was told, don't go out with a gang of German women because they're quite muscly and they might do you in.
Yeah, because it's all part of the thing. They sort of go out, like you say, pretending they just like women out on the night, because he was in Germany for a bit, he was posted over there.
Right.
And apparently they target like British soldiers and that. And like I say, he liked his women. He'd just go along with it, thinking this is good. Actung baby or whatever.
That's okay, and you too.
Hey, action, baby.
Yeah. Actung baby.
Yeah. And then, got him in a headlock and good night Vienna.
Good night Vienna.
Why are these random German women just killing British blokes? What's the reason for this?
It was a proper thing. I remember him telling me, Mum, saying, go there right down there. I met some women, German, couldn't go with them though because we were told that there might be, might be trouble. Really, yeah. Honestly, that's
Sorry,
a fact.
British soldiers were getting beaten up by German women. This is not true.
Can't be.
Why? If you're caught off guard, you're just thinking, out with the ladies, and then they suddenly turn on you. It's a shock. It's a surprise element.
Why are they beating him up? You're presumably talking about the
Because he's a soldier.
Yeah, but they were allies then.
Well,
when your brother was stationed in Germany, it wasn't occupied Germany. We hadn't invaded. It wasn't the German resistance. They were stationed there because we're all in it together now.
I don't know, then there's just a problem with German women.
I thought we could play Room 101. Room 101, of course, is taken from George Orwell's 1984. Room of all your fears and terrors. So,
is there a copyright issue here? Can we steal this idea?
Well, yeah. Let's play Room 102.
Clever.
This is the room next door to Room 101, which is worse, in my opinion. So, Karl, these are things that really annoy you.
Slugs. Was in there.
Slugs. So, then there's you have to put a case forward, and me and Steve decide whether slugs go in or whether they stay out, whether they've got a purpose.
It's just because I'm having a problem with slugs at the moment. There's a lot of slugs coming in the house.
Why?
Don't know. They can get where like water can't. You know what I mean? Because they're boneless, aren't they? So I need a little gap.
So is water boneless? There's not many bones in water.
No, that's what I said.
Why banish them all to Room 102, slugs? Because they're harmless, aren't they?
All I know is they're clogging up my piping. I had to go out and buy a plunger. I hadn't seen them since like comics when I was a kid. And I suddenly thought I need one of them things that I always saw in comics. I never thought I'd need one of them in my life. I've got slugs in my pipes. So I went out, £3 it was. I had no idea what the going rate is for a plunger. Gave it a bit of a plunge. And I think it was slugs, like all like bits of black stuff came up. I think it was slugs in there, like broken up slugs.
Well, hang on. It could just be black gum.
No, it looked very sluggish. Because remember, I've had a problem with them anyway. I'll go to the toilet, whatever, look round, there's a slug climbing up the wall out of the shower basin thing.
Are you sure it's a slug?
Yeah, definitely slugs. I have to keep chucking them out, because I don't like killing anything.
Right.
I didn't want to kill the slugs with slug pellets. I bought some copper ribbon.
Right, they don't like going over that, do they? They get a little shock charge, yeah.
But now that should be a warning. But instead they're diverting. They've done a diversion, they've gone up the wall and across. Now it's like, that's a warning. That's like having a no trespassing sign.
Yeah.
And they're just going, next to that. And they're getting in. And it's annoying me. And now you get to a point where you do say, well, if they carry on like this, I'll have to kill them because they're not... They're
not playing by the rules.
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what the purpose is. You just sit there still. I don't see him doing anything. I was looking at one close up.
But what do you want to do? Be reading research. What do you want a slug to do?
In the same way you see a bee collecting pollen, good, it's doing its little work.
But
ants carrying big leaves or whatever. But slugs just sat in
they're all doing the same thing. They're all doing the same thing. That slug is out. It's eating. It's finding food.
There's no food in our kitchen for a slug, believe me. There's not enough there for me sometimes. But never mind the slug. There's nothing for it. Definitely not in the shower. What's it doing? So, I told you ages ago about how they cause more problems than good. They eat cabbage.
Right.
When they shouldn't be. They get in letterboxes and nick stamps.
They don't nick stamps.
They eat the stamps. They like the glue on it.
Right. Is this a big problem, though? Is there an epidemic of slugs eating stamps?
But I think it is, and that's why they're so slow. I think they're sweating glue. Right? They're eating all them, and that's why they're sticking to stuff. Have you ever picked up a slug? Well sticky, they give off this glue. It's like all the glue they've eaten off stamps. They panic, and when they sweat glue.
Sweat? Think of a drug! A slug! What do you mean they sweat glue? You're making up nature.
It makes sense.
It's just a nonsense theory.
It's just what I've noticed on the...
Right, Rick, do you allow slugs in room 102?
Well, I think we should, if they're going to be gone forever, then we should put a case forward. They're amazing creatures.
What do they do for the world?
They're food.
It's not good enough, that. Not good enough.
What do you mean? But that's the ultimate sacrifice. Surely them being food.
Just having problems with them at the moment. I spent £3 on a plunger, and I don't like the idea that every time I get up in the night to go into the toilet, whatever, I've got to put the light on because I might have a bit of sluggage between my toes.
Sluggage? A little bit of sluggage between the toes.
Right, okay, so we need to move on. So you are not putting them in?
I'm not putting slugs in.
All right, slugs have not gone in, Carl, I'm afraid.
What's your next one?
Okay, number 2.
People who don't want to do what the brains would be better at doing.
Right, okay, I'll get around that sentence. Now, tell me again.
Brains that don't want to do what their owners are good at.
Ah, so now it's the brain's fault.
Can you just expand on that point, please, KP?
Do you know, like, people decide what they want to do.
Right.
For a living. But sometimes they're not good enough.
Right. You mean they have a dream and they can't fulfil it because they haven't got the skill or...
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they're not good for anything.
No.
It's just that they haven't unlocked the thing that they're good at. And what
Well, of course. So, I mean, there's much bigger issues there that poor working class people don't get the same opportunities. When you're worried about whether you're going to live through the next few days, you don't start thinking, I wonder if I can play the cello.
Can I refer you back though, Rick? You made an interesting point there, but I fear that's not exactly what Carl was saying. I don't think that his point was quite that profound.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant.
Yeah, I don't know. There was something to do with the brain not allowing its owner.
Yeah, because that's the bit that annoys me. Fair enough if a brain hasn't decided what it wants to do.
What is this?
Let him finish.
God, this
thing
about the brain.
Shut up.
Because it hasn't found its destiny type thing.
Brain
but when someone is good at something and they know the brain is good at something, but then they don't want to do it and they want to go off and do something else. Now they say in this country the problem is we haven't got enough tradesmen.
Right.
We don't have enough plumbers.
Right.
There's enough plumbers' brains.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
Shut up. What are you talking about?
Shut up.
Let him please finish.
Because
this is like
brains have not changed over the years. The brain is exactly the same. But it's the owner of the brain that's in charge. The brain could be going, I want to go for a walk. But if your body's too lazy to get up and go and see the stuff, the brain isn't going to get what it wants.
It doesn't make sense, Carl.
All right,
You are your brain.
All right, let's go to the extreme. People with no legs who want to be swimmers. Don't be stupid.
Oh, God! Oh, I'm so annoyed. Oh. Is this a big problem?
It's madness, isn't it? It's mad that the brain wants to do that so much. The brain's in the wrong body almost. Yeah. Are you with me?
No.
A plumber who can plumb is annoying when he jacks it in as a living because there's other brains who can't do plumbing. They don't get their head round it.
This means I don't know what you're putting in room 102 because you're saying it's like this brain's wandering around looking for a body and it goes, I'll choose that body. Hang on, this body doesn't even want to do some plumbing.
It's a matter of taste. It's just a matter of taste.
I'm not putting a brain in, it's just people. If I had a really good skill, I'd hope that I'd use it.
So people who don't fulfil their own potential. Is that a better point?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Who am I talking to now, Carl or his brain?
We're both listening.
Well, I will put in people who don't feel their full potential. Slugs are safe. What's your next thing to try and get in room 102?
It's a tricky one, this.
Go on.
It's people who who think that humans are special. Do you know what I
But
mean?
you think that?
No, I don't. I don't think humans are special. I think
what-
some of us are. Look at it like this. You see, we think we're in